Okay, thank you. So thank you for your time here and for organizing this event. Thank you for attending. Special thanks to the European Open Science Cloud Digital Innovation Hub for managing to organize this this webinar for the pilot we are collaborating with, and we will present you SOFIA, a data-driven decision support system to automate the innovation scoring process in the financial sector. Myself, I'm Konstantinos Papapanagiotou. I'm the managing director of Renvis, the team behind the development of SOFIA Innovation Scoring. And I will try in the next about 30 to 45 minutes give you a brief overview of what we have achieved so far, and of course get a quick overview of the SOFIA Innovation Scoring software itself by giving you a live demonstration. So I will just begin the presentation. As you can see in this slide, we have collaborated with many prestigious organizations. Thanks to all of them: the Hellenic Development Bank, the Elevate Greece, National Documentation Center, and of course the Federation of Data-Driven Innovation Hubs, ITI, especially IMT, AR4S, Funding Box, and of course EOSC DIH Digital Innovation Hub for supporting us through all these steps and giving us the opportunity to have a product that it's ready to go on the market, as we will explain later on. Let me just answer and start the presentation by answering the first question we have when we talk about SOFIA. Most people ask us, why have you developed SOFIA? We have identified the need to improve access to funding, especially for innovative small and medium enterprises and startups. Mainly these enterprises, innovative enterprises, have a need to increase their bankability. So we have developed a tool that can offer this opportunity, can provide support towards this objective, increase the bankability of innovative teams, of innovative SMEs and startups, by defining specific business innovation evaluation factors and introducing an alternative process for credit and investment evaluation. As we all know, right now, financial institutions provide, of course, evaluations in credit and investment objectives, but this is an alternative process. This is a process that focuses on innovation and focuses on highlighting these aspects of innovative enterprises. Why now? Because we think it's a very new evaluation method for the financial sector. And we have observed there is a lack of a complete innovation scoring tool like SOFIA. It can be used, of course, by banks, which is our primary focus, but as we have been working towards the goals of the project, we have found out that this tool can also be used by funds, by venture capitals, by valuation platforms, and by company registries. Of course, we have developed to act immediately as a supplementary to traditional banking and credit and investment evaluation criteria. So we have developed it as a software as a service in order not to replace any evaluation tool, but act as a supplementary to that. So what exactly is SOFIA? SOFIA Innovation Scoring is a tool that can transform the innovation scoring methodology to specific innovation scoring models and based on that, produce innovation scorecards for businesses. It has the ability to automate and monitor the innovation scoring process and create evaluation based now on specific factors and specific performance metrics regarding innovation scoring. how we have done this and how we have achieved all the milestones that we have achieved. The first step was to develop the proof of concept along with the Hellenic Development Bank and the National Documentation Center. We have researched the state of the art and the state of play, and we have developed a methodology. We have developed a model creation ability for the software, and we have developed, of course, the software as a service, and we have proceeded even to the beta testing of SOFIA Innovation Scoring with real company data, real companies that participated in this pilot and the beta testing. And we have created various innovation scorecards to test the ability of the software to create scorecards and use the scoring models. We have, of course, received the feedback by using some questionnaires, and we have reported the results and evaluated the proof of concept. The second step was to dive more deep into machine learning, and we wanted to prepare existing and new data sets so that can be used by machine learning models. We have developed a methodology to apply these models and test them, and we have then fine-tuned the models to match the specific use case in terms of focusing in innovation. We have also proceeded even to organize a hackathon and test all these machine learning abilities and transform them into service providers into SOFIA. We have integrated the services, we have tested it, and of course we have moved on and presented new features based on that, on the data inside SOFIA, and we have monitoring the performances then. And of course, the third step is the EOSC DIH business pilot, from where we plan to disseminate more, to participate in more events, plan some more webinars and exploit the results furthermore, and of course, to extend more the testing of SOFIA by exploring new use cases and expanding existing ones. So these three steps was very carefully planned and designed to have achieved a number of total 6 innovation scoring model. These innovation scoring models, as we mentioned, come from the research, the bibliography, and of course the state of play. We have already a total number of 22 letters of intent from financial institutions, not only banks, but also by registries, by venture capitals, and by other funding organizations that want to have an alternative process of evaluating innovative companies. Of course, we have moved on and made the whole data anonymization process a reality, because we have to achieve compliance with ethics, and of course with recent data management trends. As we all know, data management now is it's a more careful goal to achieve, and it also has many aspects to take under consideration. So by completing all these steps, we have managed to complete the data management plan and comply with ethics through an anonymization process. So everything is safe there, and there is no issue for the data that are present in SOFIA. Getting more into the innovation scoring factors, these factors from the research are many, and we have managed to distinguish a pool of 139 factors that some of them are already embedded into the software. For this pool, we have used a classification from the research that distinguishes the pool of the 139 factors to 4 distinct groups. The first is the financial group, organization capability, strategy, and impact. Of course, the first group of factors, the financial group, is the more traditional ones, but the other 3 groups of factors include innovation scoring factors that can provide more qualitative approach to innovation scoring process. And this gave us the unique opportunity to produce metrics for qualitative indicators. So the algorithm we developed is based on a matrix calculating and evaluating two types of innovation: process innovation and disruptive innovation. So when we talk about process innovation, we mean innovation that implements improved production or delivery methods for already available products or services. And by approaching this type of innovation, process innovation, we have developed the eligibility scoring model that examines to which extent process innovation exists, and the evaluation process innovation scoring model that can monitor the success or the failure of an already established project. When we talk about disruptive innovation, we talk about the innovation that disrupts the market. It does that by displaying competition and offers advanced products or services to a wide audience. And we follow the same methodology. We have developed one scoring model that examines to which extent disruptive innovation exists, the eligibility innovation scoring model. And we have developed the evaluation scoring model for disruptive innovation that also monitors the success or the failure of a project. So at first, we have developed these four scoring models. And then as we moved on towards the other steps of SOFIA, we have been trying to introduce alternative scoring models. The first one is the foundational scoring model that contains basic innovation scoring factors, and it mostly requires common financial company data. We have found out through our tests and through our collaboration with organizations and businesses and real companies that there are some common financial company data that can be used straight away, very easy to find. And we used that information to produce the foundational scoring model. We have also very recently added as an experimental feature another scoring model. We called it ZIN by combining the Altman Z-score with the SOFIA Innovation Scoring model. So we also introduced these two models to produce a scorecard. Further on, we have moved on to ask the companies, organizations, and ourselves how businesses can benefit from using SOFIA more, how SOFIA will add more value to their existing data, how SOFIA will add more value by entering this existing data, either financial or qualitative, into SOFIA. We have been asking ourselves how to do that, and we have done that through specific business questions. So the first one was to ask which innovation scorecard factors should be increased in order to improve a company's innovation score. The second one was to identify an innovation risk level of investing into a company based on a company's innovation scorecard. And the third one was to identify which of the provided company data is required and, most important, in order to predict the innovation score at an early stage. So these three business questions, we have seen that they can add more value to the already existing data, and they can assist both the organizations that are using SOFIA and the business that enter their data in order to get more value from data and achieve goals towards improving their innovation level. The insights and suggestions we got by answering these questions from data are the following. First one is that we can produce from SOFIA on demand and per scorecard a classification for each factor about how low and how or high each factor is scored. This, of course, can lead to suggestions and specific actions to increase innovation scoring. For example, a bank can have this classification on demand and per scorecard in order to provide more services to the business that enter the data and suggest to them specific actions to increase their innovation scoring. They can also identify innovation trends. They can identify innovation trends per sector or per company, or even through time by taking snapshots, let's say, or company data from a period of 6 months or yearly, etc. Also, for each innovation scoring model section, we can view the usage frequency and the usage weight for each factor. This, by scheduled data updates, can lead to indexing and sorting innovation scoring factor by frequency and weight. And this feature can be used and is already being integrated in SOFIA for the creation of custom scoring models by using simple user filters. So not only we have the 6 innovation scoring models that we have researched and developed and integrated in SOFIA, but we have also given the users the ability to create their own custom scoring models by selecting specific innovation scoring factors from the pool of factors we have researched. To move on, we have also identified an innovation risk level based on scorecard section classification. Also through scheduled data updates, this can be used to calculate an average of section scores that can be used to update the innovation scorecard and calculate a specific risk indicator that relates to the innovation scoring, to the innovation scorecard. Last but not least, of course, for calculating all of these data, there are 49 right now available company data fields. We have seen that the process of filling this information, either it is financial or qualitative, it takes some time and some effort, both from the organizations that want to evaluate businesses, but also for businesses that want to have an innovation scorecard. So we have developed a machine learning model that can reduce the time to do that. We have identified that 12 factors are required for early stage prediction with a high accuracy. So this facilitates a lot the process and monitoring of company data input, because we can optimize the resources and save more time throughout the whole process. We have now software that is scalable, that can accept multiple factors with multiple weights. We have default, as we have mentioned, and the ability to create custom scoring models. The software as a service is flexible. It's also hosted on the cloud by using Amazon Web Services. It is offered as a REST API service, and it can connect to external enterprise resource planning systems and databases to exchange data. It's cooperative for the data input of the companies and for scorecard viewing. The whole access is based on users, roles, and rights. And of course, we have, as you will see later on, we have embedded features like benchmarking, the Zine scoring model, risk indicators, an e-learning feature, and it's available in 2 languages, English and Greek language. This is a very high-level overview of the architecture of the software. We have a level of technology readiness 8. It's very close to be introduced to the market now. And of course, as you can see on the left side, we have the users and the clients that can be startups, SMEs, and enterprises, banks, other funds, and financial organizations. They communicate through the REST API framework, and they have access and exchange data with a web application and the backend, the database, and the Node.js system hosted on AWS. on the top, you can see that all the extents is done with the REST API framework for additional data sources input, either are internal, external, or through the web. In summary, we have a modern and innovative business innovation scoring tool that can exchange data with external sources or databases. It provides data integrity, it provides secure user access, and also a unified environment, both for innovation scorecards and innovation scoring models. It can act immediately as an alternative or a supplementary evaluation process for traditional banks or other financial organizations. And now we will move on to the live demonstration of SOFIA, where we will show you some real action from the software. Just let me change screen. Okay, I think now you can see the homepage of the web application. And the whole software as a service is designed as a web application in order for the users to use it more easily. This is the home screen from where the user can have some quick navigation into the main features of the software of SOFIA, Scorecards, Scoring Models, and Companies. And here is a section that can provide support to the user. On the bottom, we have a quick navigation link to the specific account that the user uses to enter SOFIA. It's important to say that when we have first approached innovation scoring methodology, we found out that many users and companies and banks have difficulty understanding how we can transfer the methodology into a software. And we have tried with various ways to shorten the learning curve for innovation scoring. And one of these ways is that when a user first logs into the system, a tutorial is being automated and started to guide the user throughout the main features and the main software sections. So the user can also start the tutorial by clicking the link. And this tutorial has the ability to navigate the user throughout the sections. For example, you can see the main menu, the shortcut menu for scorecards, scoring models, companies, the help and support section. And as we move on, this is the scorecards section and all the other sections that can be shown to the system. So this tutorial has the ability to shorten the learning curve. We have also embedded the e-learning feature that can provide more information. We will explain more on that as we move on to the presentation of SOFIA. So from here and by following the companies link, we can see a list of the companies that are entered into the system in order for them to be evaluated for innovation. For here, we have an example of 3 companies: consulting group, ICT, and retail private company that can be seen here in the list. We have embedded filters here for the list that can filter these records, that can show us which are companies that are registered in the software, pending registration, that have fields records or no records at all. Moving on, if I click here to view data about the company, we can see an overview dashboard of the company, from where we can immediately see specific insights about the data entered into SOFIA. We can see the total number of scorecards regarding this company, And we can see a comparison, a radar chart comparison between the highest scorecard available for this company and the mean scorecard available and derived from the data inside the system. So we can see how immediately how this company stands in terms of comparing it to the whole system, to the whole SOFIA Innovation Scoring system. On the right side, we have a very detailed view of the highest scorecard regarding this company. We can see the total score of the scorecard and the indicator of risk, it's a low risk evaluation. And of course, we can see specific metrics for the four types, the four groups of innovation scoring factors. We have the financial group, organizational group, strategy, and impact. We can see how this company scores according to their company data. Speaking of company data, the available company data are presented here as a table, and each line of the table depicts one snapshot for a specific date, for example, and this snapshot can have specific data regarding financial or qualitative data. If we click here at record, we can see that we can import or add manually a new company data record. And I'm doing this just to show you the available fields. We have fields that are related to revenue, previous year data, data for other years and following years data. And we have data fields for expenses, have some automatic calculations, data fields regarding assets, budgeting, staff, innovation level, and some general yes/no questions. The fields that are marked with red asterisk are required to be filled in order to save on the data and in order for the prediction of the machine learning model to work and reach to a result. So if we start filling this information, we will have a prediction, and if we fill all, we have a complete calculation of a scorecard. We also have included information bullet points here for each field in order for companies and the banks and the other financial organizations to have information about what is required and how this field will be filled. All this data also are included in the e-learning section. So if I click back, I can see the dashboard and the available data fields. For example, we can see a field in company data record. Here we can see all the fields that are created, the calculated fields, etc. And this is locked by, this record is locked by saying locked. We mean that both the company that will be evaluated and the financial institution that will evaluate this company in terms of innovation have agreed that this data entered is true, and it's a single point of truth, and we can use this to produce scorecards, valid scorecards. Of course, we can delete or unlock the data and edit it if we have some other information. In order for the predict innovation scoring to work, there should be some empty fields, but the required fields should be complete. So if we click here, predict innovation score, we can start the process, and the innovation scoring prediction feature works in order to create a safe prediction for the innovation scoring, for the innovation scorecard, of course, based on the specific company data. As we can see, we have a prediction that it's almost 5, based, of course, on this row of company data. It's also important to say that there are here some details about the company. We have included all the basic information, but we have also included the activity sector that is based on the NACE Division 2 activity sector classification that can be used to provide more insights for the data that is used in SOFIA, for example, to identify trends per activity sector. Let me click back here in the list. This is a brief presentation of the company list and a brief presentation of the dashboard that each company can have. So as we can see here, we have different scorecards for this company, and of course different scores because we have different company data. Another company is here, a different dashboard and different highest scorecard, of course, for its company data. Moving on to the models, the scoring models, because this is the base where all the calculations are based. We can see here that we have the 6 scoring models as default. These are the 4 process innovation and disruptive innovation models, and these 2 are the new additions, the Zin scoring model and the process innovation and the foundation innovation scoring model that we have managed to also integrate into SOFIA. As we have already mentioned, each model has sections, and each sections has factors with specific weighting. For example, we can see here a very simple model, and we can see here a more complex one. We have more financial factors, we have more organizational factors, strategy and impact factors. Each of them has a specific weight. So this is the base to make all the calculation for the innovation scorecards. It's also important to say that we can create a custom scoring model, and it's very easy to do that by simply adding a name and a description and clicking here in the section. We can drag and drop factors for each section, and there is a limitation that we should add 1 factor per section to move on and do the calculations. These factors come from the pool of factors that we have integrated into SOFIA, and of course you can create your own custom scoring model with your own weighting just by entering name, description, and dragging and dropping the factors. One important aspect also to mention is that by this filtering, it's the integration of the machine learning models that run behind the scenes that can provide us information about what is the most popular factor and what factor has the highest weight inside the system, in order to assist the user to create a custom model that is more relevant to the innovation scoring process. We can also import from a specific CSV file other custom models that we would like to develop. Moving on to scorecards, we can create scorecard by selecting new, giving a name, and just let me type a name, selecting the scoring model, and selecting a company and the available company data to base the calculations. So after these selections, we can see that all the sections are automatically filled with the specific scoring factors. It automatically have calculated the innovation score for each factor. And of course, if we move on and click calculate, we have the calculation of the scorecard, the total score, and the indication of the risk, along with the overview of each section and the score of a section, and as a radar or a bar chart. So we can see that here. And we have also embedded notes button besides each factor that can be used to enter specific information, text or file into each factor in order for the companies and the organizations that are using the software to have some notes regarding each factor if they want. So if we move on and create the scorecard, we can see that the scorecard has been created successfully and has been added here. We can see here the name, the model that was being used, the creation date, the score, and the classification of risk. We can click the PDF button to download a PDF from this scorecard that can be used also as a report or to be sent to the company or for our records. And we can also have an overview of and edit the scorecard if we want. Moving on to the creation of scorecards, as you can see, we have a new industry standard option where we can manually enter by using, of course, a model. We can manually enter specific scores that we can use as thresholds for the scorecards that we would like to compare later into our system. This can be used, for example, for prioritizing some funding. If we want to set a threshold, a manual threshold, we can use this threshold and compare it with a benchmarking feature, as we will show you later, and compare the available companies and how they score with this threshold and see which of the companies pass the threshold or not, in order to provide them with more funding and move on to collaborate with them. So yeah, this is a manual form that can be created, and of course we can import data from CSV file. Since we were mentioning the benchmarking, this is the benchmarking feature. The first thing to do is select a model, a scoring model, to compare the scorecards. So for example, if we want, we can select these 3 companies and click compare. Now we have an aggregation table. We have an aggregated data. So for example, we can use it if we want to present these 3 companies as a portfolio of companies. And we have here comparison chart for bar charts and also for radar charts. These all graphs are interactive. We can click them and have a very quick overview of how these scorecards and these businesses compare to each other regarding innovation. Of course, we can change our comparison and click again the button and have more scorecards here added. So this is the benchmarking feature, and for our latest addition is the Z-score calculation, where we can have a combination of the innovation score provided by SOFIA with the classic Altman Z-score method of evaluating a business. We can, at the moment, enter manually the Z-score that we have been produced from other tools that are expert on the developing and calculating the Z-score, and we can correlate this to our own innovation score provided by SOFIA. So if I click here Z-score and change it, let's say to 1.85, we can see that the combination is being changed. The Z-score is now into the gray zone, and we have this combination indicator calculated automatically by our system by combining these 2 scores, the innovation score and the Z-score. As far as the e-learning section is concerned, it's a feature that can facilitate the learning about innovation scoring process. you can see what is SOFIA Innovation Scoring. You can see more about methodology and scoring models, some use case examples, and also information about the usage of the software. The whole knowledge base is here, is accessible here. You can access the e-learning by clicking this button, and you can see that we have embedded a quick start guide for companies and bank managers. We have embedded information about the methodology and the scoring models. And of course, not only that, we have guides how to register, how to authenticate, how to create a scoring model, etc. So this environment is specifically designed in order for the users to easily find the information they want. And it's available also in English and in Greek. And you can see any information you want about SOFIA. Last but not least, we have here the profile of the user, where we can see the user can see an overview of the scorecards that is being used by the account, the models available, the users, the companies, the portfolio of companies entered. The user can change the details, but also the administrator user can add more users from the company that is using the software. So, for example, if we have a bank that has many departments that would like to access and enter data or access the scorecards, the administrator can add new users and give them the admin access if he wants or she wants, and give the necessary rights to view the information or enter the information. I think this sums up all the live demonstration we wanted to share. I will go back to the presentation. We are managing to we're trying to enter into the market with a specific pricing tier for a yearly subscription. We are offering the price that you see on the screen, and the 40 days free trial is included. And we are also planning to offer a 6 months subscription with also 14 days free trial available. So if you're interested and you're a company, you can fill in the form you can find here. And if you're a financial institution, a bank, a VC, a registered fund, you can register by scanning this QR code and entering the specific form that you will find for registering the system. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, of course, you can ask. If not, thank you again for your time, and thanks to all of the organizations that supported our effort, that were together throughout the whole steps of developing SOFIA, especially EOSC DIH that hosted this webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Konstantinos. I suggest we end the recording now.